Hello folks, namaste and good afternoon. My name is Awashisojha and welcome to my channel, which is all about travel views and reviews. And today what I am doing is I am gonna answer to your queries. Many of you are sending me your queries in my Facebook, Instagram and YouTube about why did I buy this car MG4 over available competitors that we have in our market, right? Yes, I'm gonna answer to all those questions today. There are few reasons, why I chose MG4 over other available EVs in this segment. The first and foremost, the main reason is I fell in love with this car the day I witnessed it when it was launched in Nepal. I've made the video about that already. It's there in my YouTube channel. When this vehicle was launched, I fell in love with this car, and that time itself I had decided, there was this thing in my mind. If I am buying an EV, I'm gonna buy this. I mean, I liked the way this car looked. I liked the design. I liked the colors. And I liked the technology. Before this car was launched in Nepal, I'd gone through all the reviews, in European market, Australian market. This car was already available there. And the second reason is this car is rear wheel drive car. We'll talk about that. And the third thing, independent suspension that this car is equipped with. See, this angle, I'm not a very big fan of how this car looks from this particular angle, but I like the way it looks from this angle. See, liking and disliking is all subjective. I also like the way this car looks from the side profile. Everything is done in a perfect way. I love the way it looks from the back also. Lovely, super sexy, I should call it. From last 100% I have consumed 23% already, and I have done 65.6 kilometers, 4 hours 45 minutes of total drive, and energy consumption was 17.2 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. This consumption increased now because I was coming towards Dhuli Hill and it's uphill drive. You all know that, right? Before deep diving and talking about the USP of the car, which is rear wheel drive and independent suspension, let's talk about the specifications. See, I have reviewed this car already. I have done the range review. I have reviewed the car, but that was another variant. This one is comfort variant, and I haven't reviewed this car. Basic things, this car is equipped with 51 kilowatt hour battery, and the WLTP range is 350 kilometers. The motor this car has is 99 kilowatt, and the power torque it generates is 250 Nm. The top speed of this car is 160 kilometers per hour. And because I did not review this car, I just did not want to talk about it without actually feeling it, because I bought this car and I drove it only around city. So for actually understanding this car and talking to you all about it, I thought I'll go a little bit away from Kathmandu and do the talking. That's the reason I'm in Dhuli Hill now. I'm a little away towards BP highway actually, but yes, till this time I came through rough road section. I came through different driving terrain, and I loved the way this car drives. I just enjoy. And every day I am falling in love with this car actually. And before I forget, let me also talk to you guys about warranties and guarantees, because there's few people who were asking me about it in the comment section in my YouTube channel. See, for the high voltage components in this car, they're giving you warranty for 3 years or 100,000 kilometers, whichever comes earlier. And for the high voltage battery, they're giving us warranty for 8 years or 1,50,000 kilometers, whichever comes earlier. Let's talk a little bit about the design of this car. Recently I had few friends who came from India and they were here in my house for some days, and this MG car is not available in India, and they were really happy with the way this car looked, the features and benefits that this car provided, the interior design, everything. They were really happy, and they were happy about the sound system also. Actually, this variant, it doesn't have that great sound system. It's good, it's nice, it's not great. But they were saying, they were comparing it with their car, and they were saying it's way better than what they are experiencing it in their car. They were happy with that also. They were saying this car looks no less than any other premium cars that are available in the market. They were really happy, and I was equally happy when I heard all these things about my car, right? I was really happy. I have come to the back seat of my car, comfortable back seat. This much of space is quite a space, right? The main question that I usually get, why did you choose MG4 over other available vehicles in the market? Main concern with the people is about ground clearance, right? 165 mm of ground clearance that this car provides. But I don't know, man, I've been driving this car for more than 1 month now, and I did not face any serious issue till now. Not that it's comfortable everywhere, but if you're little careful, you're not gonna have any trouble. Let me tell you, I reckon you're not gonna have any trouble. Why I am telling you that is, though this car has got a ground clearance of 165 mm, sometimes it feels like 175 mm, and that is because of independent suspension that this car has. Now with the term itself, you should know what independent suspension is. It two suspensions on the back and two suspensions on the front. They are not dependent on each other. It works independently. When we are going through the potholes, when we are going through the bad section of the road, what happens is, if one wheel is going through the bad section, it's not gonna affect the other wheel, right? Because they are working independently with different suspension setup. I am not going into technicalities here, but just what I want to tell you is, when there is an independent suspension in the car, the driving becomes very comfortable. This independent suspension helps in balancing the car when we are going through rough section. It does it in a perfect way, and like I told you a little earlier, it feels like the ground clearance of this car is around 175 mm and not 165 mm. Another thing, with the ground clearance, the suspension setup of this car is not on the softer side, it's on the stiffer side. It's not uncomfortable, but it's on the stiffer side, and that also helps us to tackle the rough section. Let's now talk about the second USP of this car, rear wheel drive. I've already made one video for another car when I was not happy with the feedback I got from people when they said electric gaadile ukaloma tandaina. Come on, kina tandaina ukaloma. It has got a torque of 250 Newton meters, right? Power is available at your disposal whenever you need it, whenever you require it. What people are not understanding is, whenever you're going on an uphill, what happens is, in the tarmac, it's not a problem. See, I have done that also. What I did, I took this car on an uphill section, wherein I stopped the car and then I picked up again. I stopped the car in the steep inclination. I was doing that. There was no problem with the car. And I think with the front wheel drive cars also, to some extent, those cars also can take those kind of things if the roads are good, if it's a tarmac. But whenever you are going in a gravel section, what happens is your tire spins, right? So it happens with all those cars, all those front wheel drive cars. But the best part about MG4 is, in whatever kind of section you are going, maybe little bit of spin, tire spin, rear wheel tire spin you will experience, but you don't have to stop anywhere. You can pick up from any place that you have stopped in the rough section also. I have done that. What I did is, I took this car to the rough section and gravel section. There were no roads at all. And then what I did, I tried everything. I tried everything there. I stopped the car. I picked up the car. There was no problem at all. And I was really, really happy with the performance. That's the advantage of rear wheel drive car. Whenever you ask me that question, why did you buy MG4 over other cars? Rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive is something. Recently only we had been for one event, and that time also ground clearance was good. The car that we took, ground clearance was good, but the front wheel was spinning and it was giving trouble to many people who were driving the car. Only experienced drivers, they were taking it easily. Not that easily. They knew the behavior of the car and they could take it. But for the people who were driving it for the first time, they were having hard time. And the reason was only one: front wheel drive. And you know what? I am a very big fan of rear wheel drive cars. My small car, MG Comet, that is also a rear wheel drive car. And now that, I think that answers your question, right? Why did I buy MG4 over other available EVs in this price segment? Rear wheel drive. First thing is design, I've told you already. Second thing is rear wheel drive, and third thing is independent suspension. And the combination of all these things is something that gives you best experience. And to tell you one thing, nowadays, companies, they are not here to sell their product to you. They are actually selling promise and experience. That's what I always say. And I'm really happy with whatever kind of experience that I'm getting driving this MG4.
Okay, let's now highlight on the main points once again, and let's also include a little bit of theory here. MG4 is a premium mid-sized electric car which is undeniably a head-turner. The bold front grille with the prominent MG logo flanked by those sleek LED headlights. Man, it just looks super funky, huh? I'm not a very big fan of all those fancy features like sunroof or panoramic sunroof, etc. For me, ADAS feature itself is something which is just adding to the cost. Most of us put it off while driving. They could have given us a bigger size battery instead, or maybe other useful features. Yes, I'm using the term useful here. And you know why I'm saying this? I like the fact that this particular variant provided me all useful features that was just adequate, or that just fulfilled my need and requirement, not ADAS though. Other important highlights about the MG car that actually grabbed my attention and ignited the interest in me about MG4. Number 1, MSP, Modular Scalable Platform. This car is built on a pure EV platform, meaning there's nothing cramped in the car to fit in the battery or any other essential things that is required. Everything was planned way ahead. Number 2, rear wheel drive feature. See, motor power in this car is delivered to the rear wheels, which in turn push the car forward. The front wheels do not receive any power. Since the weight of RWD vehicle is more evenly spread than many front wheel drive vehicles, there is a better balance of weight. Rear wheel drive cars typically offer a more balanced distribution of weight between the front and rear axles. This contributes to better handling and stability, especially during high-speed maneuvers. RWD vehicles accelerate more efficiently because the weight shifts to the rear during acceleration, which improves traction. RWD vehicles are also usually quicker off the line. These vehicles have better handling and are more rugged than front wheel drive cars. And the point number 3 is independent suspension setup. An independent suspension system is a vehicle suspension system that allows each wheel to move independently of the others on the same axle. This means that when one wheel hits a bump in a road, the other wheel doesn't tilt. We get a improved ride quality, there is a better handling, it reduces tire wear and tear also, and we can do some additional customization with this particular suspension setup.
See people, I am not further extending this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If there is anything else you want to know about the car, comment section is all yours. We can connect via other social networking platform also. For example, Facebook or Instagram, awashisojha. That's the handle name everywhere. Yeah, that's it. Anything else you guys want to know about? Comment section is all yours. Do comment. I am anytime ready to reply to your queries. Thank you so much people. Have a wonderful time. Stay happy. I'll see you guys in my another video. Till then, stay happy. Bye bye. Ciao.